There was something strange about his family. They had planned their move to Virginia in 2005.
There is one important thing I have to remember about Sherlie. The only clue she gave. She has red hair, sharp nose, brown eyes and has a small birthmark on the right of her chin. I'm exactly 20. It doesn't feel like 1 year has passed. I have finished my middle school. Now, it's time for me to continue my studies at the university, after putting it off to help my father on our farm. Now, our farms are growing fast and modern. Our village is also now starting to be visited by many tourists from various regions. Our village has become a tourist village. I didn't expect that, thanks to the help of Mr. Brian and Uncle Peter, who is also my uncle. Our farm is a model for other farms throughout Woodstock. Not to mention, our farm is also a tourist destination for local tourists.
Are you sure you're going to Oklahoma?
My mom asked if she helped me pack up the things I was taking to Oklahoma. I want to go to school in Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure, Mom. Especially if I'm with Mr. Brian, I'll be fine. I know Mommy must be worried about me.
Oklahoma, isn't it too far?
Nowadays, even though we're far away, we don't need to send letters in the mail anymore. We can make video calls, right? Trust me, Mom. Mr. Brian has prepared the ticket. I assured my mother, who still looked worried. I am the only son in our small family. Of course, my mother was worried about my situation there. I really understand. Woodstock and Oklahoma are miles away. But fortunately there is Mr. Brian who wants to take me there. Mr. Brian has also been willing to end his work on our farm, ever since Uncle Peter came to this farm 2 months ago.
Come on. The taxi is waiting for you.
Uncle Peter called to me. Mr. Brian was also waiting for me outside. He was the one who ordered a taxi to take us both to Burlington International Airport. My father led me to the taxi.
Consider this as payback, since you've helped us out over the years.
I'm sad, but also happy because I can continue my schooling in a big city. I will also get new experiences and see a metropolitan city, which is definitely very different from where I live now. And to be honest, another reason that made me want to go there was that I wanted to know the truth of Alan's story about Sherlie, and uncover the truth about who Sherlie really was. The sound of the sheep's bells accompanied me to Oklahoma. The weather was sunny and the wind blowing against the apple trees made me feel mellow. An atmosphere that I might not be able to find there. Time for me to go to the airport. Everything has been prepared by Mr. Brian, including travel tickets and where I'll be staying in Oklahoma. He deliberately chose a place to live near the university, where I attended school, so that it was easy to reach. Me and Mr. Brian was ready to go to Burlington International Airport for further air travel to the state of Oklahoma, which takes about 6 to 7 hours of travel. I said my goodbyes. My mom was obviously sad and my dad seemed to be trying to be strong. The taxi sped away from our farm onto the Woodstock Highway.
I can see you through a little far away.
Are you ready to explore a new world?
Of course.
I've contacted my friends at Wesleyan University in Oklahoma. You will be given accommodation nearby.
I am so lucky. If only there was no Mr. Brian, I can't possibly make it to Oklahoma. My parents also won't let me go alone.
Oh, I'll be staying there for about a week too. Then I'll be back in Los Angeles.
The taxi I took went very fast. I had overslept.
Let's go down.
Before I knew it, I had arrived at the airport. The trip earlier took an hour and a half. I got off the taxi and entered the airport to continue my journey by air. I checked in and went through a strict inspection by airport security. After a while of waiting, I started getting on the plane bound for Tulsa Airport and waited for the plane to take off. It seems like I just took off, didn't realize I was already at the Dallas-Fort Worth airport for a short layover, maybe around 1 hour. Then, depart for the state of Oklahoma, with the aim of Tulsa International Airport. The time on my phone reads 1:50 p.m. when the return flight departs from Dallas-Fort Worth Airport. It's now 3:53 p.m. I've arrived in the state of Oklahoma, a large metropolitan area in the United States. The plane I was on landed successfully at Tulsa International Airport. I continued my journey by taking a taxi with Mr. Brian, headed for his friend's house that he had contacted earlier. This city is very dense and luxurious, all the facilities are here. Very much different from where I live in Woodstock, which is quiet and cool. Along the way, I admired the luxury of this city. Wide highways, very tall buildings. The people here seem to be in a hurry, plus the traffic is very heavy. The main streets here are full of billboards with beautiful lights. I really like entering into a special place setting of Hollywood films. Apparently, I still find several internet cafes on street corners in this city. However, it's not very popular it seems. Because, people here use their cell phones to surf the internet. After all, the internet network here is very fast. Cell phone signal is always full. My eyes just don't want to stay still to look around. If I had known Alan's new number, I would have told him I was in Oklahoma. Maybe you will be very surprised. The taxi that we were riding stopped at a very large university complex with a beautiful stretch of green area. We got off and continued on foot down a path in a beautiful garden. Mr. Brian pointed at a building in the university complex.
In this place, you will continue your school.
I was very amazed. The university is large and quite luxurious. There are many beautiful green parks around it.
How is it? Beautiful, isn't it? Kinda like Woodstock, right?
I feel like I'm at home.
Come on, let's meet my friend.
Mr. Brian walking through the park. Just a few blocks from where I got off. He stopped at a house that was not that big. But, it looks beautiful with green trees and grass.
This is the place.
He walked towards the door of the house and pressed the bell. It wasn't long before the door to the house opened.
Brian, how are you?
A white-skinned, bespectacled man greeted. Mr. Brian hugged him then introduced the man to me.
This is Kim.
Hi, Mr. Kim, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Brian told me a lot about you. You are a diligent boy. Please come in.
We entered the house which was spacious and clean.
Sit down, I'll make you 2 drinks.
He walked away. I sat down on the soft couch beside Mr. Brian, who seems familiar with this house.
This house is where I stayed when I lived in Oklahoma. Kim is my best friend.
I just remembered Alan. If only he hadn't moved to Virginia, he would be with me now. Mr. Brian, is Mr. Kim from the Oklahoma native?
You feel weird, don't you? He's actually from Korea.
I just nodded. No wonder Mr. Kim looks Asian.
You must be tired, make yourself at home.
He walking up to us with 2 cups of drink in his hand. Mr. Kim talked at length about her friendship with Mr. Brian. They are in the same alma mater. Mr. Brian decided to continue his schooling in Los Angeles, while Mr. Kim chose to settle down in Oklahoma and now he is an academic advisor at the university I am going to. So you two graduated from Wesleyan University?
Yes, Kim and I both went to Wesleyan University. For some reason, Kim really feels at home here.
Brian, of course, I'm not an adventurer like you. So, Brian works on a farm your family owns in Vermont?
Yes, that's right.
Even though he is the son of a breeder, he doesn't want to be a livestock expert.
Is that true, Brian?
Mr. Kim turned his gaze to me.
What major will you take?
I want to major in psychiatry specifically.
You want to be a consulting physician. That's great. It's going to be a very long journey.
I didn't expect my trip to Oklahoma to be so full of luck. I was escorted to the room I would occupy. The key was handed over to me. I only brought 1 suitcase containing my main clothes and equipment. Because I thought, here's everything I need. This room is quite spacious, equipped with 1 large bed, TV, air conditioner and bathroom in the room. I can imagine the success of Mr. Kim from his house. But what makes me happy the most is that the place where I live now is close to the university where I study. Today it seems I will rest and focus on studying first, then I will think of a way to start looking for Sherlie. I really wanted to prove the story that Alan recorded. Just a few more steps. I'm getting closer to finding her.